start recording. So just in case this one gets uploaded,
Okay. Yeah, that's likely unlikely.
we are doing a catch up on the homework because actually getting the homework is getting started is hard, and we've had a chat about this, and we just spent I don't know, almost 20 minutes trying to get Visual Studio to behave. So now everyone's caught up on YouTube. We're going to get cracking. So the first thing we were going to do is draw a line. So what we've got Daniel's coding over in screen share and I'm over here, and we're basically going to do the same thing. So we're going to start with, we both know how this code goes, so let's just make a white pixel.
Yeah. Oops. I'll do that in load content, right?
Yep.
Tapping right there.
Yeah, my keyboard is really clicky.
I don't remember this stuff.
Yeah, I know. I'm just like, how does this go again? So
I'm not even looking at your screen. I'm trying to do it myself.
Yeah, well, that's fair enough.
But I forget. I don't think I'm doing it. Am I doing it? Yeah, I'm doing it actually. Okay, I'm good enough. And then I just
let's do a test.
Right.
Perfect.
Mine's black on them. This is huge.
I've gone colorful. Okay, so
Wait, mine's actually still not building. I have to actually rebuild and clean on each.
What?
This
Really?
is completely nuts. Yeah, something's up. I think it's a bad install.
Yeah.
It's also always. Yeah. Okay. Great. Oh, it's because I'm stupid and didn't put the thing in. Hold on.
Oh yeah,
I
begin
forgot to call my beginning and end.
That's fine.
Well. Also always popping up on the wrong screen.
Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, I'm literally having to rebuild it every time. So I'll just
That's odd.
I'll just deal with I'll just deal with that silently.
When we all right, I think maybe when we were futzing around with the XML, maybe hopefully you didn't delete the line that was responsible for bringing in the C# build targets. I would expect that it wouldn't build at all in that case, but who knows?
Yeah, I'm really not sure. I'll just call it. It's working now. It's good enough for today.
Yep. All right.
And I'll get that next time.
So we have our
Yeah, mine's not drawing.
All right.
Mine's still
let's close out of that. Go back up to where you're setting up the pixel. Yeah, you're missing this line.
Oh, I never set the color. I never set the data.
Yes, you have you have a transparent texture.
Oh, it's perfect.
Sorry, live. I started doing that and I'm like, oh shit, live coding.
Oh, it's good. This is good. This is like Arnold Schwarzenegger. You know, he said he used to go to the gym. It's still not. He used to go to the gym and he said, you know, he'd work with his shirt off even if he didn't like it because it was forcing him to do the right thing. So,
I'm going to bet that you didn't clean it and then rebuild it because your compiler's fucked.
That's right.
You should only need to clean the game project. I think I can't actually see under this which one you're cleaning.
Yeah. This is I'm so used to it doing the right thing. Okay, I'm okay.
Perfect.
Perfect.
Okay, so what we were going to do, you'll recall that the first exercise was to like draw a line. So line, and you know. So basically, this is actually like a bit of sort of an API design exercise, and the idea is when you're writing some code, like one powerful method of figuring out what to write is to write the usage code first. So, we've got line. So, we're going to draw some test lines, and later on we might make it interactive. But if we want to draw some test lines, maybe just one, first job is let's fill in what parameters do you want to send. So this is the point where I'm going to like hand it off to you and be like, right, well, you show me what we need for our line.
Right. Okay. Well, I'll take a shot. I mean, we're going to draw a line. I mean, we need a position, and we need, well, in the sense, yeah, we need a place to start drawing it. So we need a position. We also need a vector to describe the length and the direction. So yeah, why not x? So I don't know, 100. We're using 100 and 100 from before for that. That could be the xy start position, and then a vector, say. Now this might not work out because vector. And what are we describing this in pixels? Is that right?
Well, for now,
describing the vector.
For now, let's work in pixels in like the same space as Sprite Batch, so that client space.
Okay, so that means that x or y positive y goes down, not up.
Yep, positive
right?
y down. Okay. Yeah, so exactly the same as the sort of test rectangle we just drew.
Right. Okay. Well, if we're gonna okay, well, why don't we do a 45-degree upward angle, or upward vector? I mean, I think so. We would have it's like 2x and 4 y or something like that. Right.
Okay.
All right, and then so x and y and and then I guess I'm assuming that, yeah, I mean, okay, so I know I got a white pixel, so I know how to do that. White pixel.
Oops.
And you know what? We could have made this a vector too. Maybe I'll do that just for fun. So new vector to 100. And so starting at this P. Okay. All right, so maybe I need a for loop to keep drawing these pixels, but for now I'm just going to build a rectangle. Starting at px. Wait, why am I giving it a rectangle and a position? Shouldn't the rectangle take the position? Oh, that's source rectangle. I'll do that. So. Oh no, yes I do. That's the rectangle of how long I want it. I think. Hold on. This is first right. Okay, you're probably gonna step in, but I'm gonna 0, 0 that, and I'm gonna put the width of the vector x.
Okay.
And this is gonna be terrible.
That's all right. That's all right.
I'm gonna cast that. And then, whoops. I mean, we haven't even touched the cosine and stuff, so I know this is wrong. But all right, wait. So what am I doing wrong here? Why did this not accept? Why did this think that x wasn't? Why is the cast redundant? It's weird.
Hang on. Red. Okay, so I'm caught up to you, and
this is very weird. Like I'm hovering over vector 2x. It says it's an integer. Vector 2y is a float, and that's the silliest thing I've ever seen in my life.
I don't.
My compiler is like off to a different.
Yeah, I don't know what your compiler is doing. Is that some sort of plugin you're using, or is that just a new Visual Studio?
No, isn't that IntelliSense? It's IntelliSense.
Is it?
Yeah, I mean, I'm literally doing what you're doing there. I'm floating over it. X coordinate of this vector 2.
Vector 2. That's bizarre.
I know, and if I follow over this one, it says float. Anyway.
Yeah, well, you can F12 onto that X and figure out where it's pointed. It should go into FNA.
Yeah. What? What is this? I must have. Oh! I changed it. Okay. No. This is amazing. Apparently, apparently my stupid resharper plugin, when I hit
Yeah.
Alt Enter, it thought it wanted me to overwrite the thing. So
Oh my God. That's
that was awesome.
that's amazing.
Okay, yeah, amazing in that. But, okay, so I'll just hopefully rebuild. Okay, and then hopefully run this. And I know this isn't even close, but I've drawn a
you've drawn
I've
a
drawn a
well, you're drawing
two a
something.
two length. Yeah, totally have.
That's a good
Right
start.
there.
Okay. So
Yeah.
let's
Okay.
let's rewind a couple of steps. So we're designing our API, right?
Mhm.
So first of all right. So just describe to me like the starting point. I understand. What exactly are we drawing here? What's this 2-4 business?
I was trying to be able to give the line method the vector that would be drawn at the position, like visually. I mean, I was thinking. I mean, this is not enough units, but I was trying to say like, you know, if it was 200, 400, like 200. Oh, that makes no sense. Because I wanted the length. I'm seeing the arrow in my mind, and I wanted to start at the vector P, and I want it to be start there and go, you know, say it's like 4 pixels or 4 pixel or units.
Mm.
Like I'm trying to I know that vector describes an angle from that point from P, and so
Okay.
I see it. So yeah, I don't know.
Okay, so that's all right. So it sounds like what you're saying is we have a starting point and we have like a direction and magnitude for where we want to send that line. So
That's right. Yeah.
why don't we just make that a bit easier to see what's going on, and we'll just make our line a whole lot bigger.
Yeah, I was just thinking that I made them way too small. Right. And that makes that doesn't.
So
that's not doing it.
That's fine. We've drawn a rectangle. That's not a
Right.
bad
Well, I mean,
start.
yeah, because
So
the source rectangle starts at P. It starts at P, and then is X wide,
yep.
tall, and tall is down. So like this is actually that's interesting. Why did the rectangle draw it from top to bottom if adding makes it go up in client space?
So what you've basically done is you've said, okay, you've done two things. First of all, you're starting at the point 100, 100,
Mhm.
and then you're saying you want to go 200 units to the right, and you want to go 400
Mhm.
units down because that's client space. And so that's what we're getting. We're getting.
Oh, I thought we said that
100.
client space was adding Y goes up.
No, that's a
No,
Cartesian.
right, yeah, yeah.
That's all right.
Yeah, okay.
Um,
So I got exactly what I asked for.
Okay,
Sure.
so what I'm gonna say first of all, what you're doing here is you're changing the source rectangle. So that's the area of the text you're gathering data from. So if I were to do this, let's see if I can do this on the fly.
Right, that's how you stretch. That's how you stretch the right pixel, because you're stretching it over that source, right?
No, well, kind of. So that didn't work. Why did that not work? White pixel. I would have expected that to work. Oh, I know why. Okay, do you see?
Black
you
outline.
probably can't see that there's like a black line here, and what that
I can see it.
is because what's this? Sort mode 0, blend state null, sample state dot linear wrap. So if I do that, you'll see it's got this little stippled pattern.
Cool.
Which obviously doesn't come across very well in the recording because it's 1 pixel. But so that's what you're doing by changing the source rectangle. So let's first what we'll do is we'll change the source rectangle so it's like nothing, and then instead of
That's
the
what
source,
I figured at first. Yeah.
yeah, instead of the source rectangle, let's use the scale. So we need color red, rotation. So we're basically using origin, we'll say vector 2.0 for now. Scale, we want the vector scale, so let's use V. Sprite effects, nothing, layer depth, nothing.
What do you want? Scale 0?
So scale. So instead of passing V in as a source rectangle, let's use V as the scale. For the origin, let's use 0.
Okay.
I don't know why you. Yeah. And so in that case, we get something like this. And you can see because my texture is a different size. My texture is 2 pixels wide. You can see it, instead of repeating the texture, it's now stretching the texture.
Right. Okay.
So it's
yeah,
more
in my
less...
case, I'm still than it was before because I only have the 1 pixel on mine.
Now I'm trying to figure out why that got bigger. Why did that get bigger? I don't know why that got bigger. Anyway, okay, so that's where we're at. That's where we're at now.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing if I'm going to be drawing this thing with sprite batch and not like some fancy triangle strip or whatever, then the only thing I have is this these rectangles, right? So why wouldn't I have to draw a whole bunch of these?
So we're gonna draw. We're gonna use one white pixel. We're gonna stretch it so it draws a single line. So it's like one draw to one line. But
yeah, right. Yeah. I think I can do that if there's no axis issue. Like if it's just for like straight lines, that's pretty easy.
Yeah. Okay.
I did that for Pong. I mean, that's all I did for Pong. I did
exactly.
I
so
tiles and so on.
What we're not going to do, we're not going to do like or is it Brensham's line drawing algorithm where it's like 4x 4.
Yeah, that's what I was
and like draw individual pixels. We're not going to do like a rasterized style line. We're actually going to, what we're going to do is we're going to like rotate it, like, whatever that is, and use that process to draw a line.
So the first thing I got to get squared away is just to draw a straight line, and then I can put in the rotation where I think it's
So let's forget about where our line's going to end up for now. So let's ignore V. Let's figure out what our scale is going to be to draw a line, to draw just a line. So yeah, I mean we can stick rotation there for now. Actually, forget that. Yeah. So what are we going to put in here to draw a line, like just any old line?
Whatever the length we want.
Yes.
So Vx.
Mm-hmm.
And then, yeah, that's it.
So, you could run your code and see what that does.
No, I know. I think I'm going to go back to the source rectangle and make the source rectangle actually the size of that too, right?
No. Wait, so what we're going to do, we're going to ignore source rectangle for now, because what we want to do is stretch the one pixel texture out rather than doing any kind of repeating.
Yeah, sorry. I think I did use the source rectangle when I was doing the Pond game, so I screwed up here.
That's
so
okay.
Yeah, origin is nothing. Scale, I think, is Vx.
So
I'm gonna run it just to see.
Yeah, run that and see what happens.
Right. So it's still huge.
It's still huge.
And I'm still huge because I haven't. Oh. The scale of can scale be a vector? No.
Yes. Okay. So we just had it as a vector before when we got our big ass rectangle. And so you've now
So I
changed.
don't now I don't want I want vx and 0. Hopefully that's enough. Or wait, that should have been 1. Fun with Cartesian whack-a-mole. Yeah. Show me a line on the screen. There we go. Yay. A whole line.
Nice.
Beautiful.
Okay, so that's a pretty good start. Okay, so what we want to do is now we want to take our line and point it in the direction that we're passing in with V. So now's where we go back to the maths we were doing.
Right.
So do you want to tell me what you would do next?
Run screaming. I don't know. So, I mean, I know I need to find theta. Right? Because I mean, the rotation is in radians.
Yes.
And I need to start with degrees. I need to get degrees from theta. The cosine. That's not good. Math. Cosine of something. And I need that radians thing is so important. Is it math helper? Or?
So I'm gonna give you a hint over here with this diagram we had from section 4.
Yeah. Right. That's barely a hint. Okay, that's okay because I know that that's right because the atan is the 2-value version of atan 2.
Yep.
So we'll give it, and we don't know y and x, but y is first, and then we'll get r from the radians of the degrees, and then we'll get. Why doesn't this like the degrees?
I'll just give you a hint here. Pretty much every trigonometry function will return in radians, and will take an argument in radians. So you almost never have to convert radians to degrees.
Okay. Yeah, I think we actually talked about that at one point. Oops. This is it's like everything is going to take. You said.
That's all right.
The quotient of 2 specified numbers. Well, why wouldn't I just put v in here? Or v y of this dx. Seems like it's going to go backwards, but it's good. So I don't need to do this. So you said it returns it in radians already.
Yeah, it's already in radians.
Okay, so this is r then. And this, well, hold on. Oh, why is it? So this is a float. It's taking a single, but this is already a float.
Single is float. It's the same.
No, I know. What I mean is this returns a double, and this is saying there's a casting issue here.
Yes.
I'm gonna lose precision.
My doesn't
God.
matter.
Anyway, I don't think this is right. It's like I really hate my compiler. So yeah, I mean it's a line. I don't know exactly. That's not. Yeah, we're gonna have to edit this. I don't know exactly. I don't think it's It's not really what I mean. I don't know. Maybe let me look at my numbers here. So I mean, position's nothing, but actually, wait. This is okay because that's 2. That's like if it's like 200 units on the x-axis and 400 units on the y-axis. So it does look like because it's positive down.
Okay.
It actually looks like it's supposed to.
So okay, let's test this. So copy out, just for testing, copy out your drawing thing, and we'll get rid of the rotation, and in fact we'll get rid of pretty much everything. And let's make that, I mean, green. I'm gonna make this black, so it's the same.
I'm not 100% following what you're.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna draw. Let's just draw the point P first of all, and make sure that our starting point's in the right position, because we know that that's the start.
That's right. Yeah. Okay. You can barely see it, but it's there. So.
And what I should do is I should Let me actually make that visible, because you're right, that is very tiny. Rotation 0, origin 0, scale is 6, 0, 0. Yeah, so we got our green thing there, and it's more or less in the right position.
Right. Oh, you did adjust for your scale.
Well, yeah, we can talk about that later. So let's figure out where should our line end is the next question. So we've got our starting point P. So
the addition of P and V.
So what's the end point of our line?
Isn't it P plus V?
Yes. So if I run that, we're almost there. So you can see that our direction is correct, but our length is...
the length is wrong. Okay, so why is the length wrong? Because I haven't done something yet. What I haven't done. So because this, what we did is that this is like the... Our vector is like the magnitude, right? We haven't added the... something. Wait. Because the actual length is a different calculation, is it not?
Yes.
It's like a multiplication length.
So what we're doing, we've got a 1. Oh, I know why it's scaled wrong, because I used a 2-pixel texture before. We've got a 1-pixel texture, so it's 1 unit wide, and we're scaling it out by the scaling factor and rotating it into place. So you've got to figure out what the scaling factor is going to be, because obviously it's too small at the moment.
Yeah, but how do I get the scaling factor? I mean, I don't know. Okay, hold on. Well, I mean, it's not double, so that's not going to help me. So, what do I multiply? I've only got... Well, what if I just multiply it by Vy?
Well, give that a go.
Why isn't the scale just V? Because it was before.
Well, let's see what happens if you do that.
Yeah.
Oh, it's in the wrong mode to do that. Scale V.
I got this funky rectangle.
So this is what we've got before.
Yeah. So, okay. All right. That's because the reason we made it 1 is because we needed to be a single pixel line. So I don't think I can change that. It has to be the x coordinate on the vector that I need to change. I shouldn't say coordinate. The x magnitude or whatever. I need to change this. I don't know. How about that? Not gonna work.
That's a start.
Yeah, I overshot it. I overshot it by quite a bit.
Okay, that's all right.
Okay, I'm forgetting some math. That's clear here.
Okay, so what do we figured out this controls the length of the line, basically. So what do we need to stick in there?
Well, I mean, if it's only one dimension, it's just a number line, but I can't. It's different. It's a mathematical function if I'm not doing it. I should do.
That's all right.
Cosine, is it cosine? Am I forgetting the cosine of this thing?
No.
That's all bundled into this guy.
Yes.
I already have that. I have a 10. I'm all good with that. I just need to know what the bloody length of this thing is.
Okay.
And it's not times y. Is it plus y?
Okay, so I'm going to give you a hint here. I'm going to give you a hint. Just bring up autocomplete on V and see what options you get.
On V?
Yeah, just hit
or
dot.
Dot product.
It's not the dot product, because what are you going to dot product with?
Length. It's just the length.
It's just the length.
X is the floating one, which is square root of x times x plus y times y. X squared plus y squared. Trigonometry right here. Okay. Yeah.
Ta-da! Okay.
Ugh.
So,
like, yeah, I was like, what's the length? What's the length? It's the length. Oh. It's fun. Okay. Well, this is way better than doing it in theory. But,
yes. Well, so now,
okay.
and if you happen to need, like, you almost never actually need to use this directly, but yeah, it's square root x times x plus y times y, and that's handy to know occasionally. But
right.
For the time being, yeah, that's all you need. And so now we have our line. So let's, in the last sort of, we've got a few minutes. Let's try and clean up this function, hey? So first of all, let's talk about what it means to have a function that's like that. Because this is something I wanted to cover. And I wanted to point out the fact that this function here is, as far as the runtime more or less is concerned, is the same as this function. So
yeah, right. You're just gonna. Well, I mean, you're gonna have to. Maybe you should have passed the sprite batch instead of like.
So that's one thing I want you to consider. So we're kind of going back to API design here, and it's like, all right, I'm going to make a function called line. What am I passing in? The first thing to think about is if it's not a static function. You know, this is implicitly being passed in here.
Yeah.
And so you always want to think about, you know, do you actually want all of that coming in?
Not in this case, no. I mean, if we're going to reuse it, then I think we've been talking about how I'm not allowed to make any classes and stuff.
Exactly. So we could think about, like, maybe let's just for the sake of exercise turn this into a static function. So that should be pretty straightforward because the compiler will do a lot of it for you. So get rid of that. So just whack static on your function and then basically do the fix up. And the compiler will basically tell you what you've got to add. Anyway.
I think why don't a template game? I think it should be sprite batch. No.
Yes.
I mean, template game is super specific. Although even the white pixel is sort of, it's kind of a weird method already. But
so this is one of the cases where
probably want a private static whites. You know what I mean? Like, this is what I would do normally.
Yep.
I would probably inline the creation of the. Oh, can I? I don't even think I can. I would have to lazy it out.
Well, what I would do in that situation is, what I would do in that situation, particularly because constructing a texture is like, you actually want the timing of constructing that texture to be fairly specific, because you have to pass a graphics device in there to actually create the thing, which you're not going to necessarily have in a lazy situation. So what I would do, and yeah, you're right. This is actually what I would do, more or less. I'd actually do it slightly differently, but the overall structure is, I would make the white pixel static as well.
Yeah, but I mean, like, eventually, when I'm a big boy and you let me make classes, I'm gonna have to bring that with me, right? I don't want it in texture game. I want it in.
Okay, so and furthermore, what I would do if I wanted to make it a class, I'd probably be like sprite batch would become like line batch, and it would bring its own resources with it.
Right. Yeah, I can't even do this part statically because I always need the graphics device. It's like my.
Yes. So this is like part of this exercise. It's like, well, sometimes global data is fine. Like when you think about global data, it's like once per process, more or less. And it's like, okay, well, we know that we're never going to have more than one template game anyway, and we're never going to have more than one graphics device and more than one white pixel. So I don't really care that this is static, and it makes my API nice and simple because I'm not running around passing in white pixel to all of my line calls. It's like, well, I know it's a white pixel. I know it's just the one texture we have that's a white pixel. I'm not going to want to vary it, but I might want to vary which sprite batch it's attached to. So that passing a sprite batch in is less of a big deal.
I understand. Yeah, sorry, I'm just getting back on that. I was trying to get fancy and like I wanted to construct it. See, I'm already not. I'm already trying to construct a white pixel as a lazy. But I got to do it here because why wouldn't I do it here? Because this is where everything. Like I got to initialize my textures here. I can't do anything.
Exactly.
So,
you know that at the point of load content, that's where the graphics device is available to like load something in.
Right, and I'd have no guarantees otherwise. And also like the white pixel, like this is like in load content would be like, I'll probably end up putting this white pixel in a so-called draw context at some point. It would be created here anyway.
Yes.
So it would be passed off to
exactly.
Stuff,
and like the draw context we had in River City is like that would include like the sprite batch and stuff probably as well. And so that is the other thing about designing an API like this. It's like sometimes it it changes and you have to be able to change it. And if you're running around putting like lazy blah 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 and like it's like when does that get initialized? I don't know.
Right, and then it's gonna go try to make it. Graphics device isn't there anymore.
Yeah,
it explodes and then it's garbage. And
it's hard to try. It's complicated. So as simple as you can get it, and like sticking static on this, it's not the nicest thing in the world, and maybe you have to unwind that because you're doing something complicated threading wise, or you're making an editor or something. But unwinding this is actually fairly trivial. Whereas if you start sticking complicated wrappers and stuff around, it starts to become a bit of a problem. So that's the first thing I had to do. So the next thing is like, what else might we want to pass into that? Like we might want to vary the width of the line or the color of the line. So let's just bang those in now. Like maybe we want a 4 wide line that's green or something.
Sure. And then this was good. How's that?
Okay, so run that sucker and see how it goes. Catch up.
First I will rebuild it.
Yeah.
I'll figure that out later. Yeah, I mean, not different. Still doing the thing. Oh, I should have probably. I should have probably varied mine.
Oh, you passed in red. Yeah, that's all right. That's okay. You've passed in. Yeah.
Exactly the same parameters.
Exactly the same parameters.
I just figured it was a didn't break problem. But okay. So we're good. We're good. We have a line.
Okay, and I mean, maybe we can like.
Oh, more than one line. That's just crazy.
Test this out a bit and.
One thing that I don't like about our API maybe is that I think I would probably design this more to like I would want to be able to just define where the line ended, not the vector. Because it's harder to line this up if you want to draw a box, like this would be harder to use.
Exactly.
Like saying I want, right?
So you've actually landed on exactly what I was going to say is maybe the next thing we want to consider. So that's good. So let's do that now. Let's say we'll change our P to start and our V to end.
Okay.
And then we have to adjust the maths a little bit. And so do you want to
Okay, well that means I got to derive the actual like before I was being just given the vector.
Yep.
But now I gotta derive the first I'm gonna just make this here. Yeah, and then I gotta figure out what V is.
Good so far.
Okay.
So yes, what is
Given
V?
to given. Okay, so let me think it through. So if it's a vector. Uh, are we just? I mean, we have two positions now, right? We don't have vectors anymore. We have two positions, and we just need to draw the line. We need to draw the vector between them.
Yes.
So these are the same. These are just like we have two. So drawing, but these are the components of the vector. The two positions. So wouldn't we just sum them? No. Wait. I know. Like, so yeah. I'm looking at the dots in my brain. There's one dot. There's the other dot. Start, end. So drawing a line to get them. I mean, I gotta draw a flat line and then extend the line from there to there. So aren't I getting the projection?
No.
Of
not projection.
I can see it though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you put the first dot, you draw X line, where I am on the X-axis, draw it like perpendicular or parallel to that line, and then find the other dot, and then draw the projection to the center line. That would tell me where it is. That would tell me the vector, wouldn't it?
So what we have is X, Y, and we have, say, 2 points like there and there.
Mm-hmm.
And so the vector we're trying to get is the one. So the vector
between the two.
The vector we're trying to get is this one here.
We have if we express them in positions, we have all the points to it, right?
So you have that one,
right?
And you have that one. So
well, if I
start and end. So the question is, how do you get V from start and end?
Oh, we've done this a million times, so isn't that just a Pythagorean? Isn't that the? Anyway, it's like, God damn it! I've seen this before, many times, and when you explain it, it makes sense. So wait, why don't I just I can't add them though. I'm trying to visually add them, but that's not the thing because I already have the longest vector.
So let me help you out a little bit, and let's say we have start and V. You know, end equals what? So if you didn't have end, how would you get end from start and V?
I'd start at the origin, and I'd add start. I'd walk the start line, and then I would walk the V line. I'd be at the end of n. That would be the sum of. It would be vector addition to get to the end.
So from this equation here,
I guess I can move the V over and be end minus V equals start, but I already have that. Right? Yeah. Okay.
Well, that's correct at least.
Yeah, it doesn't get me anywhere different. But I'm trying to S like V, so then I got to move n. So a start plus n is equal to negative.
Is that correct? Start plus n. I don't think that's right. I think that's wrong.
It's not right. It's not right
mathematically.
It can't be right.
Mathematically incorrect. No, this one was right, but I scribbled it out because it's not what we want.
But it's useless.
So
yeah, right.
You almost got it.
Well, I mean, I'm trying to do the stupid math thing where I'm trying to isolate b, so when the end minus start is equal to b.
So end minus start equals v, I think is what you said.
Yeah.
And that is correct. Yes. So
Okay.
let's come back over to the Visual Studio and
Code.
type that in
Yeah.
and see what happens.
Oh, nice, because I have this nice little overlays already, obviously. And vector too. This isn't going to work out, is it?
Well, we can't tell it's worked out or not, but
Oh yeah, because we didn't bother to make sensible lines.
But now we have our little testy things, so let's. And conveniently enough, we now know our start, oops, and our end. So if I run this one, we now have our start and end points marked.
Okay, cool.
So that should all make sense now. And so
yeah, it looks like it works.
Exactly. Okay, so there's one last thing, and I'm just gonna give you this one because I talked about it ages ago, and it's just a little trick. So far what we've been doing is we've been taking our white pixel texture and we've been like stretching it from this origin. We've been like, we'll stretch it out by length. So, length and stretch it out by thickness. So I'm just going to give you this one, and that is if we take our white pixel texture and we stick the origin here instead, then when we stretch it out by thickness, and this is because it's a scaling factor, it's like 0.5 on either side already, so that's fine. And by length, we get a slightly nicer line. So let's just bang that in now, and then maybe we call it. So new vector 2 0.5f 0f. And I got that the wrong way around. 0.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Sweet. I wasn't going crazy.
Glad you caught that one. And so now.
Nope. Not yet.
No. Yeah. So this is correct, and it will look more correct if I do this, because these markers are now.
Oh yeah. Sorry. Yeah, you're right. It's just the markers
at their top left corner rather than in their center. Yeah, I made the markers a bit smaller too. So now the lines line up a lot more smoothly with their centers. So there we go. That's. I think we'll call that one there. So do you want to bring back Facecam? And
yeah. Hold on, I forget how to do that. Stop sharing.
Okay, so I think that was pretty successful.
Yeah. It's weird because I can follow it a lot, but like it's, I have this math block, so when I go to the practical part, like it slides off the other end of my brain. But I mean, it makes sense. It makes sense. I think now. I think I'd almost, even if we did it again, I think I'd still have to work through it again. I'd be more decisive, I guess, but I still would need to know more, where I have to think through it a bit.
Well, that's all right. I think now you have that, you've got that line function, you've got that little template thing going. So what I would recommend doing now is, like, if you maybe I don't know where you'll find time to do this, but if you like rewatch the things we've done so far, and try implementing them along, and because the maths is happening as you do it, you should be in a better position.
That's right.
And it's just like,
Right.
well, he's drawing a line. He's like saying add that to that. It's like, what if I draw a line there?
Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, that's a good idea.
And maybe you might want to take those point things that I did too, and just like, oh, maybe I want another method called point. And then, the other homework stuff we did was like box outline and arrow and stuff. And so if you do those, I think you'll be in a good position.
Mm-hmm. I think
All
so
right.
too.
I'm going to hit start recording. And so see you, YouTube.
Mm-hmm.